Harry's local bookstore has revealed that it's only sold around 30 copies of the royal's controversial autobiography, Spare, the bombshell tome, which pocketed Harry a rumoured £16 million, or maybe $20 million, advance, has been selling well, becoming the fastest selling non-fiction book since records began, according to its publisher at least. But the book has reportedly not been performing as well in Harry and Meghan's upmarket California enclave of Montecito. Owner of local bookstore, the Teckalope bookshop, Mary Sheldon told The Guardian that she's only shifted around 30 copies of Spare since its release. Describing Spare by saying it's a book, Mary added that some further copies have been reserved by locals who are planning to collect their copy in person. She said of Prince Harry, "He took time to gather his thoughts and wanted to publish it, so I'm here to sell it. I think most people up here think of it as a soap opera." Residents in Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's adoptive hometown in California have largely ignored his memoir, with one proclaiming he didn't read it and won't read it. On the day Spare was released in the States, the owner of the Teckalope bookshop in Montecito said she didn't sell a single copy. The Guardian reports that the lack of interest in Spare in Montecito could be because the town of around 10,000 people respects the privacy of celebrities that live there, who include Oprah Winfrey, Ellen DeGeneres, Gwyneth Paltrow, Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom. Montecito Trails Foundation president Ashley Mayfield said one of the foundation's board members bumped into the Duke of Sussex in the mountains, and the prince helped him move a tree that had fallen onto the trail. She said, "I think he really wants to be a normal guy." And she says that she isn't surprised residents don't really speak out about the Sussexes, adding that the extreme weather over the past few years has reinforced resistance to celebrity publicity that many are trying to escape by living there. Miss Mayfield said, "Life up here isn't all about gates and money and celebrity. There is a mutual respect and consideration because of what can happen and what we've lived through as a community." Former Hollywood comedy writer turned local magazine editor, Les Firestein, says many residents think of the royal family's feud as a remote curiosity. He said, "For most Montecitans, if not most Americans, royal watching is like bangers and mash. It's something we've heard of, but it's not really part of our culture. We don't really notice Harry and Meghan, though sometimes the locals get rankled by the British tabloids trying to get to them." Montecito's most celebrated author, T.C. Boyle, gave his opinion on Spare by simply saying, "Didn't read it and won't read it." British expat and royal expert Richard Minyards, who writes for a Montecito newspaper, has read the book from cover to cover. He said, "I think the whole thing is reprehensible. It's doing enormous harm not only to the royal family, but to his own family, he and his wife. If he really does want to reconcile with his family in due course, why does he keep throwing bombs at them? Where do they go from here?" The autobiography has sold 750,000 copies across all formats, print, audio and ebook, in the UK since its publication on January the 10th. But according to a blind item, book sales may not actually be so good. Penguin Random House did an old record company trick from back in the day. It shipped out 1 million copies just to say it was a million seller for week 1. The thing is though, it fell around 40% short of that goal, and sales have fallen off a cliff since, which means they'll have a lot of returns from booksellers.